Back with another video. Today, got the deadliest man eaters to ever exist. Before we get into the video, let me show y'all this comment on the last video we had made. Right, this nigga literally said, I noticed all black people think the same. Then he explained pretty much that how strong animals really are. Because in my video, I was making jokes saying I would beat up some animals, which I said. I literally said in the video, which that's why I didn't take this nigga serious. I said in the video, if it's a grown bear or a big bear bigger than me, I can't whoop that nigga. A baby bear, I'm beating the shit out of it. I don't care. And then he proceeded to say 450 pounds, which I did. I just said a big ass bear I can't beat. A big lion I can't beat. Anything under my hip level, I'm whooping its ass, which I still stand on. Let a baby bear walk up to me, I'm a choke, bro. Winnie the Pooh, I'm gonna choke the shit out that thing. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga really said, I noticed all black people are the same. That gotta be one of the most, that's probably worse than you people as a phrase, bro. That gotta be one of the most racist things I heard. And I just didn't give a fuck. Like, I literally said, look at your, by the way, this is a different profile picture. He had another profile picture. He literally went out of his way to change it. Then he talking about, you goofy, my guy, put some weight on, then talk crap, you're a twig. Like I said, first things first, I love when y'all comment on my videos, whether y'all talk shit or not. That's what I'm here for. Comments. The fuck? I'm doing YouTube, you know, for y'all. I don't care when y'all talk shit. Y'all cannot ruin my day. Like, ever. It's not possible. I don't know if he thought like this was gonna do something. I'd pay to watch you get eaten. It will take that wannabe ghetto mentality. Bro, this gotta be the most racist shit. And it's not even like he was just talking towards me. The nigga said all black people. What did we do? What did they do? What did black people do? And then look, the nigga's name is Sage Gillison. What did black people do for you to think like that, bro? But that was just funny because we obviously were watching another animal video. And yes, I'm gonna keep the same energy. I'm gonna talk the same shit. But yeah, y'all keep commenting on my videos, man. That's what I'm here for. I don't like when y'all just watch these bitches and don't comment. If you comment an I, a two, bear, comment anything, bro. We here for that. But let's get into it. That was just funny, bro. I could have easily got on his ass, but why would I waste my time?
Nightmares. Number 8, the spotted devil of Gumalapur. The spotted devil was the nickname given to one of the most feared leopards to have ever lived. In the 1940s, in the state of Tamil Nadu, India, the leopard.
The nigga's name is Spotted Devil. But outside of that, bro, in the old days, bro, y'all was hold. Y'all was hold on levels unimaginable. Y'all didn't have, even though we still don't got crazy. Well, we got shit now, but niggas still get fucked up by animals and obviously taken away, killed. But y'all was really fucked, and I know y'all was fucked way bad.
250 miles of jungle as its personal hunting grounds. But the reason this leopard was so feared was for its proficiency in hunting humans. Now, if this isn't terrifying enough, leopards are nocturnal hunters, so any attack that would be carried out would be in the darkness of night, where you would never see it coming. And 42
How about you don't walk in the jungle in the darkness of night?
People across multiple villages would meet this horrifying fate. The spotted devil became so feared that after a while, people in the villages began to barricade their doors after sunset.
That nigga took 42 bodies
outside, including to use the restroom, causing a health crisis in many villages.
Hell nah.
And in its
you're not fearing me that much to where I'm throwing shit onto my porch. Nah, hell nah.
The leopard would begin to enter homes through windows, roofs, or by any means necessary. Hell nah. Snatching people in the dead of night and dragging them into the forest to be devoured. It wouldn't be until the famous hunter Kenneth Anderson was called for help.
Famous hunter. He just a nigga with a gun. It could have been anybody. It could have been any random. He just a nigga who grabbed a gun and handled business. He ain't no famous hunter. Don't give him that title. But it's always these village shits, bro. Y'all be thinking this shit is the 3 pigs building y'all houses out of fucking clay. Not clay. Building your house out of what was the 3 pigs? They had straw. Damn, I'm old. It was straw. Blew the house down. It was straw. The last one was brick, obviously. But what was it? Straw? Fuck, I don't remember. But yeah, stop building your house out of fucking straw, bro. Y'all are allowing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. Then y'all buy this shit. Like,
Anderson was a notorious hunter that specialized in hunting big game animals.
He just had a gun.
Especially those that hunted humans. It would take him 3 nights to finally come face to face with the cat, where he would be woken up in the middle of the night by a stray dog that he befriended that night, when it began to violently shake with uncontrollable fear. And when Anderson looked up at the roof, he would catch a glimpse of the devil before losing it in the darkness. He then began to actively search for the cat. And after a few minutes had gone by,
that hoe was moving, bro. What is it with the damn animations? That hoe was moving like that, like actually getting on shit and like scoping the scene. I thought motherfuckers was just walking towards his territory, killed him. You know what I'm saying? Oh nah.
He would be alerted by a bark from the stray dog, causing Anderson to quickly turn around and seeing the leopard charging straight at him. And in that instant, he managed to fire 3 shots with his 405 Winchester,
telling you, nigga,
the cat in its tracks. After examining the body, Anderson would discover porcupine quills lodged between the toes of the leopard's foot, an injury that prevented it from hunting its natural prey, resulting the animal to turn to human flesh. As for the stray dog,
how the fuck does that stop you from animals but not?
He would actually go on to adopt him. Number 7.
Boy, get out of here.
The tigers of Chagur. This was a pair of Bengal tigers consisting of an old tigress and her young adult cub, which over the course of 5 years managed to accumulate 64 confirmed kills. This all took place in the Kumal division in India from 1925 through 1930.
Telling you, so was the older shit.
A pair of tigers would turn a 1,500 square mile mountain region into their own personal hunting grounds. This
what we gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it? What the hell y'all gonna do about it?
Which they actively hunted. They would alternate attacks from village to village,
hell no.
as this tactic allowed them to catch the villagers off guard. And after 3 years of pure hell, the locals began to reach out and seek the help of Jim Corbett. Jim Corbett was an Indian-born British hunter.
3 years.
Specialized in hunting man-eating tigers and leopards. But to catch this pair of tigers, it would take Corbett 3 separate hunting trips that spanned over a period of 2 years.
Nigga, what?
On his 3rd trip,
bro, you said no. See, first things first, like I said, it's always these village shits. I can't knock y'all. I don't know how the resources work. But at some fucking point, the nigga said that they was running this shit for, what did he just say, 2 years? I think he said they was doing this for 3 years, 64 bodies. At some fucking point, you, like, bro, if I'm just in a village, right? And I'm like, bro, Jimmy, Freddy, them 6 niggas done got killed in the past 2 weeks. What we gonna? No, I'm not sitting in that fucking village, bro. I'm not staying in that village. And if I am, nigga, we gonna definitely stack up on the weapons, artillery. Y'all niggas just letting them do what they want. And then y'all just hire random niggas with guns and thinking they superheroes. Y'all are making these niggas they're just a random nigga with a gun. Y'all could have did the same shit. Keep naming these niggas like they top hunters and they just quick scoping shit, bro. They're just random niggas with guns and they're not walking in the woods and letting them kill them like y'all niggas was doing, bro. No, bro. No. And then they talking about, he just said it took them 3 trips. I'm like, oh, that's simple. 3 trips, exactly. All you have to do is bring a fucking gun. It's not gonna take on. Then they talking about that spammed in 2 years. That's their fault. They didn't stay out. They didn't want to make them. They took 3 trips in 2 years. That's their fault. What the fuck you like what? Nigga just went out there one day and said, oh, I'll be back in 6 months. What the fuck, bro? Like, nah, bro. Y'all moving different from me. Like I said, bro. I mean, obviously I can't relate because niggas don't live near forest in the fucking with hay houses. But bro, I'm 1,000,000% having a weapon on me. Even if it's a little ass knife. If I hear that people are just getting killed, it's been 3 years. No way y'all are just letting this happen, bro. No bullshit.
He would finally come face to face with a pair of tigers.
No bullshit.
He headed to the small village of Kala Agar, which was the last place the tigers were known to be.
Look at that place, man.
He hang buffalo meat as bait
I thought that was
in the hopes that it would lure out the cats. While on post, Corbett would be alerted by a companion that they had heard the lions nearby. And before he knew it, he would turn a corner and catch himself standing right in front of the tigress at a distance of 8 feet. She was sitting next to a large boulder when Corbett would take the shot, killing her and putting an end to the attack.
Fuck wrong with you?
He would then kill the young adult cub shortly after.
Damn.
Upon further investigation, he would discover that the tiger's claws and canine teeth were broken and her front teeth completely worn down, causing her to turn to humans as her primary source of food. Number 6. Osama
Come on, man.
crocodile. This was the terrifying crocodile that lived on Lake Victoria in Africa from the years 1991 through 2005.
Recent.
It is believed that this one crocodile has eaten over 83 people. It's very difficult to confirm these numbers since the crocodile would oftentimes attack people that were fishing alone, and of course would consume them whole. There have been multiple instances where pieces of clothing would wash ashore from someone who had recently went missing. But sadly, ripped pieces of clothing were not the only thing to wash ashore. Sometimes an arm or a leg would too. The locals have even reported seeing children dragged from shore after attempting to fill their buckets.
Hell
The
no.
horrifying nightmare doesn't stop there. The crocodile would even develop the skill of capsizing boats by slamming the boat from underneath, sending the fishermen flying into the water,
Dunzos.
becoming easy lunch.
Okay, so they did say this was Africa, so okay, I was finna, at first I was about to get on their ass, because why is y'all nigga... Okay, I'm still gonna get on their ass. Why would I not still get on y'all ass? Like I said, I don't know informational wise back then, but if you heard that okay, 6 niggas got eaten at this, there was a floating shirt, and we seen 2 fingers floating at the lake. Me need my water. Me need water still. No, bro. No, that lake is... I'm not going near that bitch, bro. I am not going near that bitch. Y'all fed this nigga. Y'all literally farmed this nigga snacks. You niggas said y'all seen... First of all, the authorities that run that bitch should have definitely put restrictions on it. Or, I mean, I'm obviously, it's just a random lake with an alligator. Every fucking place has had alligators, crocodiles, probably him, I don't know. But at least warn niggas that they know that's a dangerous one that they can't just grab water from. Like what, bro? Y'all niggas had nothing. Y'all just let this shit go. Like, that's why I keep saying y'all are letting this shit happen. Y'all are letting it happen. Y'all are doing nothing to stop this shit.
Such a menace that he would oftentimes just launch himself vertically out of the water and belly flopping directly onto people's boats.
That gotta be.
Clamping onto fishermen's legs and dragging them into the water. And out of all the people this crocodile attacked, only 15 of them would survive to tell the tale. But thankfully, in 2005, the crocodile would finally be caught, where he was then killed and made into luxury handbags. Number 5.
No mercy.
The man-eating leopard of Rudraprayag. The first attack came in 1918 in Benji village in the Rudraprayag district of India. This would mark the start of a bloody and gruesome killing spree that would last 8 long years, leaving 125 people dead. During this time period, very few people would even dare to step outside of their homes after sunset, fearing that the leopard would be waiting for them outside, as he often would, since he preferred the taste of human flesh over anything else. And when people stopped going outside, the leopard began to adapt. He would begin to break down doors, leap through windows, and even come in from the roof.
Boy, what kind of superhero ass shit y'all fighting?
And once inside, he would grab the person and drag them out to the dark forest, where he would devour them. After hundreds of people met this fate, units of Gurkha and British soldiers were sent in to track the animal down, but failed miserably. The British government even offered a handsome reward to anyone who could manage to kill the cat. And many well-known and famous hunters stepped up for the task, and failed as well. But on the 2nd of May, 1926, the legendary hunter Jim Corbett would personally take this task on for himself. This would lead him on a 10-week hunt through the jungle, where he would track the cat down and shooting it dead, completing a task that many thought was impossible. And after examining the body, Corbett would discover that there was nothing inherently wrong with the cat. Well, nothing that would prevent it from hunting its regular prey, since it did have some bullet wounds from hunters who had recently missed its vital organs.
Hold on, let me fix my cam. Alright, we back. And what I'm gonna say, bro, at a point to where there's something wondering this bitch killing at least 50 of your people, just normally, just give the whole city, the whole village guns. Fuck
that, it was fine. Corbett came to the conclusion that the cat had developed a taste for human flesh when it was still very young. You see, a cholera outbreak occurred years prior, and many people who died from the disease would be taken to grave sites where they were left unburied. And to a young cat, this would have been easy food.
Ew.
But when the disease inevitably slowed down, the bodies did too, causing the cat's food supply to dwindle down. So naturally, the cat began to hunt and consume the food that it had always eaten. Number 4, the man-eating lions of Tsavo. If there was any man-eating animal on the list that you might have heard of, this would probably be the one. The Tsavo man-eaters were a pair of male lions in the Tsavo region of Kenya. These lions would target construction workers who were working on the Uganda and Kenya railway between March and December of 1898. The pair of lions would stalk the campsites and strike in the dead of night by grabbing workers from their tents and dragging them out to devour them.
That's
it's
tough.
said that anywhere from 28 to 138 people met this fate.
How is that's 100, how the fuck is the gap that 28 to 138? What the fuck is that gap?
Around 30 Indian workers and an unknown amount of native African workers. For some reason, no one kept records of the African workers that went missing. That's why there's such an enormous disparity in the fatality count.
Okay,
and when
thank
the attacks first began, only one of the lions would enter the camp at night, taking one victim to be split among the pair. But as time went on, the pair of lions would become a lot more bold, with both of them going into camps and each of them claiming a victim for themselves. These attacks would be carried out on an almost daily basis, with all the workers personally knowing someone who had went missing. It wouldn't be until hundreds of workers abandoned the job site, which caused the entire project to come to a complete stop, that the officials were finally forced to find a solution.
I was gonna say, y'all care that much? Niggas is dying in this bit.
Lines down, where they would go on to completely fail. But on December 9th, 1898, Colonel John Henry Patterson would catch one of these lions approaching camp. He would go on to tag it with a high caliber rifle on the back leg and scaring it off. Just
scaring it off
back the same night.
Oh, that nigga's a demon.
Patterson would tag it once more, piercing its heart. The second lion, on the other hand, was an absolute tank. He managed to survive getting shot 9 times with 3 different guns across an 11-day period. And it wouldn't be until Colonel Patterson yet again placed the final shot on its head that the lion would finally be stopped. Today, these lions are proudly displayed at the Field Museum in Chicago. Number 3.
Fuck y'all displaying them for?
Gustav is a large Nile crocodile from Burundi, Africa.
Y'all niggas was going through it. Y'all gotta get a better system through that bit. Y'all boys
killed anywhere from 200 to 300 people on the banks of the Rusizi River and in the connecting lake of Tanganyika.
That's tough.
All the locals in Burundi claim to know someone that has been taken by Gustav, or someone who has simply vanished without a trace. A few locals have even been attacked by him and were lucky enough to live to tell the tale. Their bodies left covered in scars from the encounter. But here's the terrifying part. Not only is Gustav a man-eater who takes every opportunity he can to devour humans, he is also not a typical size for a Nile crocodile. In fact, he is much, much bigger, being the largest Nile crocodile to have ever been recorded. Here's an image of your average size Nile crocodiles, and here is Gustav. Scientists have speculated that his unusually large size prevents him from hunting his regular prey, so he had to resort to other means. Gustav is easily identified by the scars across his body, the scars that were left after being shot multiple times with an AK-47.
Damn, they got his ass.
After attempts on his life, the locals are now convinced that his hide is so thick that it actually makes him bulletproof.
Hell no.
To this day, there have been multiple attempts to capture him, but have all ended in failure. And as far as we know, he still roams the river to this day. Number 2, the Panar.
Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? Shit, I ain't gonna be in Africa anyways. I was finna say fuck you mean to this day. Shit, nigga. Nigga, shit. Nigga, shit.
Man-eater. The Panar man-eater was a male leopard who was responsible for over 400 fatal attacks, which were all carried out in the darkness of night. This leopard single-handedly terrorized the villagers in the Panar region in Almora district of India during the early 20th century. Years would go by with the leopard having his way and picking villagers off with ease. The locals, gripped with fear,
here you go,
to even step outside
breaking through glass, climbing through windows again.
The leopard would eventually adapt to this and began to snatch the villagers from inside of their
homes,
the fuck? Dragging them into the jungle to devour them. The leopard was so efficient in hunting humans that the government eventually had to step in and offer some assistance, the best way that they knew how. They called upon Jim Corbett, the legendary hunter who had a
bro. Y'all stat padding this nigga. Y'all stat padding him. I ain't gonna worry.
As we already covered some of his stories on this list. But to kill this elusive
y'all
animal,
stat padding
it would
this
take
nigga.
Corbett multiple hunting trips before he would ever even get a glimpse of the cat. Corbett would travel for days on foot through the dense Indian forest to reach an area where the leopard was known to hunt. And on his journey, he would even contract malaria. And that was still not enough to stop him. Once he finally reached the village where the leopard was last seen, he would set up a base on top of a tree, but not before tying up a small goat 30 yards away to hopefully lure out the cat. Hours would go by while he waited at his post. And as it began to get dark, the birds would be the first to give him a sign, as they would begin to act out in complete fear. And soon after, he began to hear something brushing against the bushes right next to him. And all he could do was sit and wait.
What?
And this would go on for a few minutes. But eventually, whatever was in the bushes slowly worked its way towards the small goat.
You can't even go to sleep out there.
Killing it. And in the complete darkness, Corbett was forced to guess where the monster could be, taking a shot towards the direction of the goat, followed by an angry grunt. And for a second, the scenery lit up from the shot, seeing the cat falling backwards and hearing it run back into the forest. The villagers were persistent and convinced Corbett to track the animal down that night, instead of waiting for the morning like he wanted. He told them that the only way he would do it is if they promised to hold their ground if they came across the beast, as they would be the only source of light that he would have. They agreed and promised. They would then begin to track the blood trail.
Boy, you got me fucked up. You think I'm walking behind a nigga with a fucking fire lamp while he the only one with the weapon and expect him to hit every man? Hell no.
When out of the darkness, the cat would emerge, charging straight
Hell
at
no.
them. With the local villagers running for their
Them
lives,
niggas hoes.
in their panic, they began to trip over one another, dropping the torches to the jungle floor. And in the chaos, Corbett would take multiple shots at the leopard.
Stupid chumps, man.
And killing it. He would go on to write in his book that if the locals had not fallen down and tripped over each other, he would have been left standing there in the complete darkness, and the cat might have been the one walking away instead of him. Number 1. The Devil of India. This is the single deadliest animal to have ever lived, and would make one hunter an absolute legend. The Devil of India was a Bengal tigress responsible for an estimated 436 deaths,
Bro.
which she acquired in
bro, every place has been India and Africa, my nigga. No bullshit. Y'all got a sorry system over there, man. Fuck hiding. We gonna be 100 with it. Some, I don't know.
In the late 19th and early 20th century. The tigress was even entered into the Guinness Book of World Records for holding the largest number of fatalities by a single animal. The killings first began in western Nepal, where the villagers were tormented and eaten for 3 long years. Hunters would eventually be sent in to track the animal down, but she would prove to be too elusive. Eventually, the Nepalese army was called in, and they would succeed in scaring her away, forcing her across the border and into India.
Fed her to another section. Hell no.
Kumal district, rotating her kills between multiple villages, picking anyone off who would venture into the woods. And since all the kills were done in broad daylight, this would leave the villagers completely paralyzed with fear, preventing them from working and leaving.
I'm telling you, at that point, you just got to get them people sticks, man.
For a dreadfully long 4 years. But eventually, a handsome reward would be offered to any man who could manage to kill the beast. Many well-known and famous hunters would attempt this task, but would all return home with a taste of defeat. But in 1907, a young and
George McCormick
hunter would take this challenge on
Tim
for
McCormick,
himself,
whatever that nickname is.
Surprisingly, he would refuse the money, as he accepted the task simply to help. He would begin this hunt with a 4-day trip on foot through the dense jungle, before reaching the town where the animal was last seen. On arrival, he would be shocked to discover a ghost town.
Nigga, I just want to know how this... Okay, there's 365 days in a year, right? They said my nigga caught 436, 40, 30, 32 bodies. Obviously, every day he's not catching, but they said it was a 3-year span of this shit. So at least every other day, every other 2-3 days, the nigga is catching a fucking body. There is no way that... And then every time they keep saying people want to go help or go do something. Clearly not, my nigga. If he out there catching a body every 2 days, every day, y'all niggas can't... There's nothing? Like, bro, y'all can't have no watch duty for at least a week. Like, nothing, bro. I don't know.
Everyone was locked inside of their homes, with the locals claiming that the animal had been roaring in the nearby jungle for the last few days. The young hunter would then proceed to the site where the last victim was taken, discovering nothing but a few of the victim's bones. While investigating, word of a new attack reached the village.
At this point, I gotta do day duty and night duty, man.
The hunter quickly set out on foot once again, but by the time he reached the town, he would discover that a newer attack had just taken place. He would reach the new attack site and began to follow the trail of blood, seeing nothing but a small glimpse of the tigress on the horizon. But he was forced to abandon the pursuit.
Better line that bit up.
Nightfall was but moments away. The following morning, the hunter came up with a plan. He instructed the villagers to make loud noises by screaming and banging pots. As he began to walk through the jungle,
and then you gonna leave him? Oh no!
To the grasslands at the edge of the forest,
no.
The villagers would begin to make noise too soon. The hunter was left with no choice but to run as fast as he could through the dense jungle, slipping and falling on rocks and roots, trying his best to get to the edge of the forest before the beast. Once he finally arrived and out of breath, he feared that he might have missed her. He waited for a moment, catching his breath, and she appeared, walking out of the forest like he predicted.
Pop her ass.
He would ready his rifle and take the shot, wounding the animal on the back leg. As the giant cat began to climb over a rock, the hunter took his second shot and missed. With the cat over the rock and out of sight, the only option left was to track her down. Once he climbed over the rock to see where the animal
We finna
had
see
gone,
pots and pans
she
and
would
bones.
instantly appear
Oh,
standing
hell
on top
no.
of another rock, where she would begin to charge him head on. And in that instant, the hunter would let off his third shot, sending the animal from a complete charge to collapsing onto the floor.
I was about to say,
Laying
hell
on
no.
the grass, she would take her last and final breath. Upon inspecting the body, the hunter found that the tiger's top and bottom jaw were completely broken. A hunter long ago, before she was ever a man-eater, attempted to kill her for sport, permanently injuring her, preventing the animal from hunting and eating her natural prey.
Boy, stop with that
resulting
shit.
in her having to resort to eating humans as a means of survival.
These niggas talking about she went out and got stuck by a splinter that stopped her from eating her natural prey. No, nigga, they just chose to kill y'all.
Long years and devouring over
It was dumb people and it was
430
easy
people,
food.
The nightmare would now come to an end. The people from countless villages would finally have true peace and their normal lives return to them. And for the young hunter who killed the beast, he would go down in history as one of the most...
Hey man, let me know what y'all think about this video. I'm so glad that this is away from what you know what I'm saying? Obviously it sucks to the people it does happen to, but hopefully they have a better system of stopping shit like this from happening.